What is up, guys, and welcome to the start of the My Player career mode here on YouTube that we will be starting. It's going to be uploaded alongside the current career mode we have with Leeds United, and obviously any other videos that I play, or make rather, not play. And it's probably going to be every 4 days or so. It's going to be probably uploaded 4 or 5 times a week. We obviously have the daily upload of the normal career mode here on YouTube, which we upload daily, and then we've got this one to go alongside it, along with the 100 Club as well. So you're looking at probably having about this for about 5 times a week, so possibly 5 days in the week. Don't know what days they're going to be yet. I'll figure out and see what sort of times I can fit them into. Plus, we're going to have around 4 episodes of the 100 Club a week as well, so we've got that to do, alongside 7 episodes of the career mode a week. So you're going to be seeing likely 2 episodes or 2 videos a day, possibly even 3 videos a day in some days as well. So it'd mean a lot if you guys could like this video, like the videos I put up each day, as I do put a lot of work into them to be able to get 2 or 3 out a day in order to be able to do this. It's just one of those things that I think brings a nice change to a channel. If you're consistently uploading and stuff like that, and people enjoy your uploads as well, you can get 2 videos out a day, and at the moment that's what I'm trying to aim for, then that's even better. But at the moment, we are currently sticking to that daily career mode of Leeds United, and that's the one I will be trying to get out every single day, and then these will be a bonus. So I'm looking to try and get this out 5 times a week here, the player career mode here on YouTube, alongside the 100 Club, which will be about 4 times a week as well, and then in any other videos I sort of throw up in the meantime, are just a bonus additional videos. There's no real sort of schedule for those videos, any Ultimate Team related, squad builds or anything like that. They're not sort of scheduled. It's literally, I just feel like doing it one day and decide that I'm going to do it alongside the videos that I have scheduled up here for you guys. So we did choose Hull as the starting team for our player creation here, as you saw there, me creating the player. And basically I showed you really quickly just to show you exactly what I was doing in terms of that one and stuff like that. We chose Hull because I thought, in terms of making this series as realistic as possible, where I'm actually from, Hull is quite close, and I wanted to go with the Premier League side, because obviously got Leeds United in the Championship in the career mode we're doing, so I wanted to sort of do this, because we're not going to be uploading this as much as that career mode. I decided that I wanted to go with an already established side like Hull, who were actually a Premier League side. And the first shot of the our games in the pre-season tour, trying to convince the manager to keep us on here at Hull and prove a point that we can actually make something and do something for the team in the upcoming Premier League season, was way off target. We set it high and over the bar, which is very unfortunate. And then the second shot we had with the weaker right foot as well, we sent wide of the post. So as you can see, we've had 2 shots so far to convince the manager to keep us on here at Hull City. Both of those, though, we have missed quite convincingly as well. So it's not good to see the fact that we were unable to really convince the manager in this opening few minutes of this game that we are good enough to stay on here at Hull, as both our strikes went extremely poorly at goal. As you can see as well, third chance would fall our way in the 52nd minute of this one, as we managed to create a chance for ourselves. It's cut back to the middle. I wanted it to myself. I called for the pass. I think that was the aim in the end by the Hull player there, but unfortunately it wasn't actually cut back to me. And after a big mix-up by the defenders, we actually got the shot away, but unfortunately it was well saved. And that was the game, the way the game would end, rather, a 0-0 draw. So to kick this series off on YouTube, I know I haven't really spoken about it too much. I've gone straight into the episode, but the reason about that is because you've obviously seen player series on YouTube. If you haven't, Chesnoid's got one and stuff like that. We've actually drawn the game by a 0-0. As you can see, the manager, what he said there to us on the bottom right, basically gives you feedback and how you've played during the game and stuff like that. So if you ever want to play a My Player series, you'll be able to see how the manager's reckoning you're doing. So we had all green from the manager, even though I felt as though I didn't really perform as I wanted to during that match. We missed the 2 opportunities that we had on goal quite convincingly as well. So for me, as a manager, that would highlight big problems there in front of goal. So as I chose finisher as well, it was a bit more of a disappointing one. I want to be clinical in the box, and both times we had the efforts there, we were not clinical at all. Other training as well, guys, I will be simulating it unless you guys want me to play it. I just always sim it anyways. I suppose it would make it more realistic to the series if I did play the training, because at the end of the day, we are playing a My Player series. So if you were a player in real life, you would actually have to train. So maybe I'll play it, who knows. As you can see, making a few changes to how we look and what we are like, changing our free kick stance, changing our boots and stuff like that. Had all the boots unlocked, but I don't actually remember unlocking any of them out of the catalogue. So I wonder if this year in FIFA, you actually get given all the boots to unlock. I wasn't entirely sure when I saw that happen. So I didn't realise that I'd have all the boots. When I did have all the boots, it was nice to see anyway. So I chose a Puma pair because we picked the number 14. If you want to know why we picked number 14 to go with in this career mode, I actually chose number 14 because my idol growing up was Thierry Henry, who actually wore number 14 at Arsenal, obviously. So I decided that I was going to go for Puma boots as well, because during the latter stages of his career, not career mode, that's FIFA, he actually wore Puma boots. So I went with Puma as well, because I want to sort of idolise my player around Thierry Henry, see if we can replicate some of the brilliances that he did in real life football here on FIFA. But I can tell you guys, so for now, I've actually recorded the first 3 episodes of this, and they will be coming up, obviously, when they come up, probably 5 times a week, like I mentioned. But I had a lot of boring 0-0 draws so far when I've been playing this off camera and playing it just on my own and creating a new player outside of YouTube. I don't quite know what is the problem. It just doesn't seem as though I can get many chances and stuff like that, or I can create many chances. And it doesn't seem as if the computer, when they're playing against each other, because obviously you just control one player in the My Player series, unless you want me to control the entire team to make the episodes a bit more interesting, they just seem, when I'm playing on Legendary, to cancel each other out, which is extremely annoying. So it's sort of like, I don't quite know what to do if I'm playing Legendary. I may bump it down to World Class, but even then, I've played a couple of times on World Class and they cancel each other out. So it's very, very boring to watch unless I can create something by running past and dribbling past a few players. That's the only time I've ever seen it be able to be, or rather get myself involved in the game playing up for striker. Maybe I've chosen the wrong thing. I was considering going to cam, but I chose to do striker because I just thought striker's a bit more interesting. You see them obviously go forward and stuff. You see goals in the series then, at least if I'm playing at cam. As we did have a second game here against Bordeaux. Coming up, very nice touch by our left winger here. Puts the cross into me in the area. I cause a bit of danger, but it's well defended by the Bordeaux defence. Corner ball now is going to be whipped in, I think this, I'm not entirely sure actually who it is. We ask for the short corner, we get given the short corner, play it to the edge of the area, you're going to see it coming up in a second. I think this, well obviously we're just controlling us, so you actually can't see on the bottom right who which player is which, so bit unfortunate that one. I may turn the names on so you'll be able to see them above their heads, so you'll be able to see what the names are. As you can see we had a strike, which didn't even go out for a corner. That was actually my shot, which I must have just miskicked, and as you can see my actual rating went down there because it was a poor shot in the end, as you can see. Trying to do a bit of defensive work here, which not known for, in my opinion, as strikers aren't really known for getting all the way back, unless you're Jamie Vardy, which is a defensive forward anyways. Bordeaux's shot, though, was saved by our Hull City goalkeeper in net. Threw ball over the top into the second half, now in the 49th minute. I tried to take that on my stride, which I did exceptionally well. Played it into the box, where I tried to create a bit of danger. The initial cross was sort of dealt with, kind of, but the defender didn't clear the ball in the end, and El Mohammadi just pokes that one home to make it Bordeaux 0. Hull City won, and the first goal of the series came in the second game, and we were part of it. We don't get the assist for it, we don't get an assist credit, because as you can see, the defender and the goalkeeper mix up, allows El Mohammadi to poke it home. Our ball was the one that did cause the danger, but we won't get assist credit because it wasn't from our cross that El Mohammadi scored it after the mix-up at the back ended up giving the ball to El Mohammadi. So unfortunately, we don't get the assist for it, but I'm counting that one as we were part of that goal. So down the line into the 57th minute now, trying to use a bit of strength that we actually have. We've actually got decent enough strength in this career mode. Blocked the clearance from the defender, tried to curl it into the top corner with my stronger left foot. If you don't know, in real life, I am left-footed, so I chose my pro to be left-footed in this My Player series. We actually take the strike on, but unfortunately couldn't quite curl that into the top corner. You've seen the celebration that you're going to be having as well. I've altered it. You saw it in a few minutes ago in the episode. And when we do finally score our first goal, I can't wait to see what it looks like in the game, our celebration, because I think it's going to be absolutely amazing when we do score our first goal. You're going to see the celebration. As you can see, though, in the second game, manager feedback, we literally had one green thumbs up, as opposed to last game when we had 4. So the manager didn't really look at that as if we did anything exceptionally well there, other than that one cross that we put in. So have we convinced the manager enough to keep us on here at Hull, or will he send us out on loan, which is I'm expecting to be sent out on loan, but I wanted to try and convince him to keep us here, so then that way I'd be able to show you Premier League football, but at the same time I want to be playing games. So if I'm not chosen in the Premier League side but I'm staying at Hull, then I will probably request to go on loan and see where we end up in this one, as we went straight into the third game of the episode and the final game of the episode. You're going to see coming up here in a second, we take on Cologne for this game in this episode. Kick off with us, and as you can see, you're going to see it coming up. We ended up getting an injury pretty much straight into this game. Get the ball here from, I'm not sure who it was, actually gave us the pass, and as you can see, tried to play the ball through, go down with an injury, and sat there on the floor thinking, right, well, what happens now? I can't really move, I don't do anything, I just have to sort of watch the computer play this out. We ended up sort of clearing it eventually, I guess. It doesn't really get cleared very well, though, by us. I'm still on the floor at this point. I'm trying to control my guy, trying to make him run back up. Finally gets up, and he starts hobbling off to the edge of the pitch. And I'm thinking, Jesus, man, I can't believe this. We're literally 3 games into the episode, and I've already picked up an injury. If this is a long-term injury, I'm going to be so disappointed, because it means I'm going to have to sim most of the season. Skipped a little bit in the gameplay just to show you guys as well that we were still sat on the sideline at this point at 20 minutes into this one as they put a cross in, did Cologne, but unfortunately for them, eventually after they take the strike on, it's blocked/saved as a goal-mouth scramble is then cleared away by us. As you can see, we managed to run back onto the pitch, feeling good about this. I was thinking, you know what, let's just continue on. We may end up having to not play in the next game if we do get injured, but I was expecting to be able to play on in this one. As you can see in the second coming up here, we end up giving a foul away with an absolutely ridiculous tackle. Don't know who it was. It was actually Ryan Mason, actually, making the tackle, and it was a stupid challenge to make. Goes right through the back of the player. Can have no complaints about his yellow card there. You're going to see it from this angle. It's an absolutely ridiculous tackle. I don't know what on earth Ryan Mason is thinking doing that, but as soon as he made that, it meant that play had to stop, and it meant that we were then substituted and had to leave the field as we hobbled off. Abel Hernandez came on for us, and the number 14 of Daniel Wood, or DJ Wood rather, would leave the pitch and end up going off into the substitutes bench to be injured. So this means we are now out with an injury, which means we're now going to have to miss the remainder of this pre-season tour. So, have I done enough in the first 2 games of this episode to convince the manager to keep me on here at Hull City for this first season of Premier League football? Or will he send us out on loan is the question. If this had been a league game, I would have watched the rest of the match and showed you any chances that the 2 computers came up with, because I don't feel like it's fair if I play the match. I should have just watched it, because that would be what a player would have to do if he went off with an injury. He would have to watch the match, but I chose to simulate the rest of the match just because it was a pre-season friendly and thought, you know what, not too bothered about it. If it's a Premier League game, or if it's a league game, or if it's a cup game, I would actually show you the rest of the highlights and watch the computer play it out and see if there was any chances created, just to make this series as realistic as possible. But I decided I wasn't going to do that with the pre-season friendly. And as you can see in the message board, you're going to see coming up in a second, I think we're actually out for 3 weeks, which means we will miss the remainder of this pre-season tournament. There you go, enforced break, sprained ankle for 3 weeks, which means we are now going to miss this pre-season and possibly even the first game of the Premier League season, which I don't think we will miss the first game of the Premier League season, but I could make it back in time, but I'm not quite sure if I will for that one. And as you can see, we would reach the final of the pre-season tour, and it would be against Cologne, who they just played against in that last one. You're actually going to see it coming up in a second. We actually lost it, I think, 2-1 after I simmed it, because I obviously wasn't picked for it, which means you have to sim the games. That was the side that Hull named, and you're going to see I literally skipped the thing away. I was like, nah, can't be bothered watching this all the way through. But we are coming towards the end of this first episode. If you have enjoyed, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all for the next episode of My Player very soon. Adios!